Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Facebook Live. I'm so happy that you're joining me today. I have a really adorable project to share with you guys today, and it is pretty simple. It's so much fun. I'm going to pull them out here. Isn't this so adorable? Look at how cute those little dogs are in the background. And I have a bunch of different ones. This is a different part of that stamp. Let me see if I can find a different one. Here's a different one. So you can see how they're all just a little bit different. Here's another one with some different dogs in there. So they're all just a little bit different, but they're so adorable. You can see I've made a bunch of these. They are so stinking cute. So this is what we're going to make today. We're going to feature the brand new Doggone Friendly stamp set. It is a background stamp, but it is so cute, and it was one of the very first things that I had to get when I made a purchase from the mini catalog, because it's just so cute, and I love background stamps. They're so fun. A lot of times I think background stamps get overlooked, or people don't want to purchase them because of their size and they don't know how to use them. So I'm going to show you some fun tips with those. But check out this box too. It's got this fun curved edge, which I really loved, and then it's got this angled side, which just really cute all the way around. So we're going to make that, and before we get into that, let's go over everything that's going on. Paper Pumpkin, the subscription period for February is now open. This is going to be sweet springtime. It's going to come in an adorable little box. You're going to definitely want to get this one. The subscription period is open for this one through February 10th. The January Paper Pumpkins, my January Paper Pumpkin has already shipped, so as soon as I get that, I will go live. I know it's been a while since I have gone live with Paper Pumpkin. I didn't do that last month. It came when when I was taking a break, so it just didn't happen, but I'm excited about January, so we'll go live then. There is an add-on die that will coordinate with January, February, and March Paper Pumpkin, so if you want to get that, you can. It's in my online store. It's $12, and it's going to carry you through 3 months of Paper Pumpkins. Our celebration is in full swing. This is a great time to start earning all of these amazing products for free. If you haven't joined me for Celebration Sunday, I do lives every week on Sundays, featuring a different Celebration Sunday product. So make sure that you join me live for Celebration Sunday on this Sunday. We're gonna feature the Flight and Airy DSP this Sunday, and I'll show you a sneak peek of that at the end. But Celebration is a great time. Every $50 you spend, you get to choose a free item. We're going to be talking about the mini catalog today, though. We're gonna be using this stamp set, the Doggone Friendly stamp set. There's a couple of different background stamps in this catalog. The Doggone Friendly one, I think, is so super cute. And look at these sweet little samples with it. That little dog treat box is so cute. If you do craft shows, I think this one is a great one this stamp is a great one to invest in for things like this. I bet these are good sellers at craft shows. It's been a while since I've done a craft show, so I can't say for sure, but I think they would be big sellers. So this is the little box we are making today. And inside are little Hershey Kisses. Now these are like Peanuts themed. These are like Snoopy themed. I found them. I found this big bag at Costco, but I've also seen them at my local Walmart and Target. So I know that they're pretty readily available this year. The little Peanuts Snoopy themed Hershey Kisses. So I thought the little dog theme was cute, and the little Hershey Kisses little tag has little paw prints on it. So I thought that was really cute to coordinate with our Doggone Friendly background stamp. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's set those off to the side. It's a big bag. It's a big bag of Hershey Kisses. Okay, so but before we get started, if you are shopping my own online store, maybe you want to earn some of those celebration freebies, make sure to use that host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. If your order's over $50 or over $150, I'm sorry, don't use the host code because you're going to receive Stampin Rewards. If your order's over $50, I'm going to send you a make and take kit that coordinates with that PDF. I'm a little bit behind in January. I'm hoping to get all of the ones that have been placed, all my online orders that have been placed this month. I'm hoping to get those all out by Friday. So watch your emails for those coming soon. So bear with me. It's been a busy month. If you're watching this on Facebook, please like and subscribe to my channel, or please share it with your friends. And then if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. Man, you guys, it is, words are hard today. Thinking is hard today. There was a little spider incident on my desk earlier, and I don't know where the spider is, so I'm a little bit distracted. I'm hoping it doesn't like pop out in the middle of the Facebook Live. It's been very, very stressful. So, but we're going to go ahead and start with our box. So you're going to need a piece that is 5 by 7, and all of the measurements are in the video description, so don't worry about writing anything down, and everything will be on my blog later, including detailed pictures. All right, so on the 5-inch side, we're going to start on the 5-inch side. I'm using pecan pie for my box base as well. So on the 5-inch side, we're going to score it 1 inch on each side. So score it at 1 inch, then flip it all the way around and score it at 1 inch again. And then on the 7-inch side, we're going to score it at 1, 3, 4, and 6. So super easy. There's no fractions to remember, nothing. Just some real simple score lines. Now, before we fold and burnish on these, we're going to do a little bit of die cutting to get that curved edge. So I'm going to grab my basic borders dies. These are in our annual catalog. These are some of my absolute favorite dies. You get lots of really fun borders for all of your projects. Let me grab some Post-it tape. Let me see, where is it? Here it is. Grab a little piece of Post-it tape just to hold my die in place. Now, everything is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which side you start on, but we're going to cut on one of the shorter 5-inch sides. But again, it's all symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. Just choose one side, and we're going to do that. And I'm going to line this up so that where the score line is right here, my die is going to kind of reach into that corner just like that. Okay, so I'm going to try to center this as best I can with those edges kind of meeting in that right where that score line is. Okay, so like that, and then on the bottom just like that. Okay, so this is all taped down, so it's not going to move. We're going to pull out our cut and emboss machine. This is going to be a little close, but it's going to be real quick. We're going to pull out our cutting plate. So I have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put our paper down. Now this is going to be a really tight fit, so just make sure that you stay within the parameters, that die does not go off the edges. And then another 3 on top. And we're just going to run this through and run it back. Okay, so that is it. Let me pull this out of the way. Remove this. All right, and then we can take off our Post-it tape. Save that for another project and pull this off. And so now we have that really fun curved edge. And with these basic border dies, they also do some stitching, so that's really fun as well. A nice little fun effect for that. So let me put this die away before we lose it. If it gets put on my desk, it will likely be lost with everything on my desk. So let me pop that away. Okay, grab your bone folder. We are going to do some folding and burnishing now on all of those score lines. When you use a bone folder for your 3D projects, it really helps you get some nice crisp edges, crisp lines, and that's what makes your boxes stand out. That's what makes them look professional and really stand out. Okay, so we've folded on all of our score lines. Let's do some trimming. Grab your paper snips, and we are going to trim on both sides. We're going to do them the exact same way. So on the corners, or on the rectangles here, we're going to go up that score line and cut straight, and then on all the squares, we're just going to notch in a little bit. Just like that. The squares are all going to go into the side of the box, inside of the box, so you're never going to see it. So the rectangles go straight up, and then notch in on the sides. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side too, so that everything is nice and symmetrical. Now when you get to this little piece over here, this is going to be a glue tab, so we don't want to trim too much of that off, so I'm going to trim just kind of straight up that, and then I just kind of want to take the bulk out of the score line. Sometimes those score lines just kind of get in the way, so basically I just took out that little score line there. Okay, so that's one side. We're going to flip it over and do the exact same to this side. So notch in on those squares and then go straight up on the rectangles. This is just a good like clamshell style box. I've made lots of these before. They're easy to put together. They're quick. They're just a lot of fun. Everybody loves them. Okay, now again over here, we're going to go straight up that score line. And then we're just going to cut just a tiny bit out of it. You want to make sure that you're still leaving enough to be a glue tab that's going to hold. Okay? All right. Let me get all this trash out of the way. I think that's it with our paper. Well, we'll bring our paper snips out in just a minute, but let me get all this trash picked up and out of the way. Throw that in my trash. All right. Now I am actually going to use some of my liquid glue to hold this together, especially on these little flaps down here. I found that the liquid glue works the best, but make sure that you are using whatever super strong adhesive you want. So just a little bit of glue on these flaps. And I'm going to use some clothespins to hold everything together. So, okay. Just line up this cut edge with the score line. And this isn't gonna, you're gonna be like, oh, I did that wrong, because this isn't gonna look right. But after this dries completely, we will go in and we'll do some more trimming to make our sides look correct. But right now, that's what they're supposed to look like, so don't freak out. All right, now the rest of the tabs, these 4 tabs, are gonna get glued in just like this. So let me grab some more of my clothespins down. These little clothespins, these little baby clothespins, you can get, I've seen them at the Dollar Tree, you can get them at Walmart, any craft show pretty much has them, or any craft store. They're good to have, especially for things like this when you're using liquid glue, just to hold everything in place. It's really good. Good thing to just have in your craft room. All right, now these 2, so a little bit of glue on each of these, and I love the liquid glue for this. It holds so strong, and they don't come apart after this. So your boxes are going to be nice and sturdy. But again, like Tear Tape, Stamp Seal Plus, those will work really well too. Okay, so we're going to set this aside to dry, and we'll come back to our box in just a minute. We're going to let everything just kind of set up and dry. All right, let's talk about our stamp set. This is the Doggone Friendly Background Stamp. So this is what it looks like. It is a big stamp. Now the glass mat that I'm using, this is free when you join my team during celebration. So many fantastic techniques that you can do with this. One of the amazing techniques that I have found is that our background stamps will stick directly to it. Well, any stamps will, but the background stamps will. So that's going to really help you out in getting a really good image for your stamp. So I'm actually just going to stick that down face up, and we're going to do our inking that way. Now, if you're making a bunch of these, like I showed you a bunch of the boxes in the beginning. If you're making a bunch of these, then by all means ink up the whole thing, and you can, I think, fit 3 of these little papers on them for the top of our box. Let me pull this in so we know what we're making. The white piece here is, let's see, 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. So if you're making a bunch of these, you can fit 3 of them wherever you want on here. We're only making 1 today, so I'm only going to ink up like 1 corner up here. So I'm just going to press my Pecan Pie ink onto my background stamp, and we're just going to lay this down, and just be very careful once it's on there. Don't move it. And I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper and just lay that carefully, and just give that a quick little burnish, little rub, little massage. And that's going to just make sure that nothing's going to move. You're going to get really good inking. And I'm just going to use my scissors, lift that up. And you have the cutest little stamped image. And it's super easy. We used a scrap paper to keep our hands clean. The stamp didn't move, so it's really easy to clean up. All right, I'm going to close my Pecan Pie before I set my hand in it. And I'm going to clean my stamp. Just have my chamois here. The glass mat will come with a cleaning cloth too. You could also use that. I'm just going to clean off that Pecan Pie ink before we lift it up and put it away. I think we're good. Just lift this up, put it away. All right, let's pull out and put this away. All right, we have one more thing that we need to to stamp. This is just a scrap piece of white. No measurement for this. Let me put our little dog picture there. And I have some sweet sorbet, and I'm going to do our greeting with some sweet sorbet. And my greeting comes from the Hills of Tuscany stamp set. This is also a brand new one in the mini catalog, and I'm using this greeting down here. I just can't thank you enough. But this stamp set is so pretty. If you love making scenes, if you love doing like builder stamps, that Hills of Tuscany is a great one for you. So sweet sorbet ink, and I'm just going to stamp this. I think this is probably, I don't know, a 1/2 inch, 5/8 of an inch wide. I'm trying to measure down here. Yeah, it's about 5/8 of an inch tall, and then just however long it needs to be. We're going to trim the edges, so don't worry about that. All right, put my ink away. I'm gonna grab my scissors, and I'm just going to cut little banner ends into this, just on the side. If you have a banner punch, you can use that. If you have a square punch or whatever you use to make banners, you can use that, but I'm just doing some real quick banner ends. It's a pretty small little greeting, so you don't have to worry about it being completely perfect. All right, so we have our little dog stamp here. We have our greeting stamp. So let's go back to our box, and we'll finish up all the other stuff later. So the Tombow glue dries pretty quick, so just go and pull off your clothespins, and your box is going to be ready to go. Now we do need to fix the sides, because like I said, we have this curved greeting on the front, and we want to have this angled greeting on the side. So what you're going to do is grab some scissors. I like to use my long scissors for this one because we can do it all in one cut, but you're going to go from the edge of where this die ends down to the corner there. So I'm going to line up the middle of my scissors to where that die ends, and I'm just going to line it up to the corner and just trim it off just like this. We'll do it again on this side. So from the corner this time to where that die ends, just give it a little trim off, and that's going to give you those angled sides, and then we have that curved front. Okay, now I want these sides and the front to really stand out, and when you close the box like this, it doesn't stand out enough. So we're going to put some DSP on the sides and on the front. So I have from the Glorious Gingham, I have 3 pieces of DSP. You need 2 shorter ones, which are 1 7/8 by 7/8. So these are the shorter ones. And then you need one longer one, which is 2 7/8 by 7/8. So we're going to use the bigger side of the gingham here. And I'm going to just put some adhesive on these. You can use whatever adhesive you want. I'm using some Stamp Seal Plus. I want this to be a nice strong adhesive. So this long one is going to go on the front. And you can also do this before you assemble the box. Do this before you start all the trimming and assembling the box. Right, so that one goes there, and then the 2 sides just go on the sides. There's only going to be an 1/8 of an inch border on the sides and the front, so it's gonna take up pretty much that whole side and the whole front. But once we get our box closed, then you're really gonna see all the details of that curved front, and then of those angled sides. Isn't that cute? Such a cute little box. And you don't need to do like a little thumb notch or anything, because that curved edge will do it. Okay, so we're going to pull out our Snoopy Hershey Kisses, and 6 of them will fit into our box. So these are so cute. They all have different little Peanuts characters on the bottom. They're so cute. So check your local stores for these. They're really cute this year. All right, put that aside, and we're going to go and close up our box. There we go. Close up our box, and we'll finish up the top of the box. Okay, so we have our super cute little stamp dog image with the Doggone Friendly Background Stamp, and I have a piece of Sweet Sorbet, which is 2 7/8 by 1 7/8, and this is going to go on that. And then we have our greeting. So let's add some ribbon to the back of our greeting. I have some Sweet Sorbet bordered ribbon. This is in our mini catalog. This is in the B Suite. It is so pretty. And we're not going to tie a bow. A bow would be too bulky with this. So we're just going to do like a faux bow. So I'm going to just kind of fold it to mimic what a bow would look like. So just fold it just like that. So just kind of zigzag. One that way, and then one this way. And I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. And where's my scissors? I'm going to just trim it just like that. We'll move this whole roll out of the way. And then we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to use some dimensionals, and I'm actually going to trim the edges of my dimensionals here. I'm going to cut a nice big strip of those. And let's make sure we get this under the right part. I want it under the front of the greeting. So that is right here. So I'm just going to lay this down. You can use glue dots to hold this in place if you want. I'm just going to use a dimensional to hold it in place. So once I have that laid down, then I'm just going to use a dimensional, just kind of a dimensional, you know, edge, or you can use dimensional strips just over it just to hold it all in place. And then I'll just grab another dimensional piece over here to finish off our greeting piece. Pull the backs off of that, and then you're just going to stick this onto the bottom. And you're going to cover up a couple little dogs, but that's okay because you're still going to have a bunch of sweet little dogs poking out the top there. All right, now we're going to stick this on with more dimensionals. Let me just cut a few more pieces here. Some more dimensionals on the back of this. And this is going to go right onto our sweet sorbet piece. And there's only going to be about 1/8 of an inch border. So a real small border around that. And then more dimensionals on this piece. And this will go directly onto our box. So let me get nice long pieces of our edges. The edges of dimensionals, I think, are my favorite. If you're not using the edges, you're really missing out because you can cut them to any size. They're a little bit skinnier, so they fit on smaller pieces. So make sure that you are always using the edges of your dimensionals. And this just goes right on top, again, with just a small 1/8 of an inch border. Just right on top. And I'm going to use my ribbon scissors and just trim this just a little bit more. Perfect. I think that's good. Isn't that cute? Such a cute little box. And I told you, whichever portion of that Doggone Friendly background stamp you want, you're going to get different dogs every single time. So it doesn't matter which one you use. This little dog. I love him. So many different versions of this one you're going to get depending on just wherever you place your paper. So you can make a bunch of these in no time. Hershey Kisses are super affordable, so lots of really fun options here. So let me open this up so you can see what's in there. And that is it, my friends. That's it for today. I'll be back on Sunday for another Celebration Sunday, and I told you I'd give you guys a sneak peek. So let me give you guys a sneak peek. We're going to be doing the Flight and Airy DSP, which is one of my favorite DSPs. So we're going to make this big box. It's a pretty good sized box, and I can't wait to show you what's inside of it. I'm calling it my Get Well box, so that might give you a little clue on what's inside, but it's such a cute little box. You're going to want to tune in on Sunday for Celebration Sunday for sure. If you are shopping my online store, please head to my online store. Use that host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. Orders over 50 receive the make and take kit that coordinates with that. And if your order's over 150, don't use the host code. You're going to receive Stampin Rewards. I'm hoping to get all of my January orders out by the end of this week. I'm still working on those. So if you placed an order in January and haven't received your kit, don't worry. It's on its way, I promise. I'm running a little bit behind this month, but don't worry. It's on its way. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.